Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to another episode of our podcast. Today, we're going to delve into a topic that's a little off the beaten path, but one that I find incredibly fascinating. We're going to explore the world of artistically pruned trees, the art of tree shaping, and the intricate pruning techniques that transform ordinary trees into living sculptures. Let's start at the beginning. What is tree shaping? Well, it's an art form that involves training living trees and other woody plants to grow into artistic shapes and useful structures. It's a practice that combines the creative flair of sculpture with the time-honored skills of horticulture. Tree shaping is not a new concept. In fact, it has roots in many ancient cultures. The Egyptians, for instance, manipulated trees to grow in specific forms. The Chinese and Japanese have been practicing the art of bonsai for centuries, creating miniature yet mature-looking trees through careful pruning and training. But tree shaping isn't just about creating small, manageable plants. It can also involve creating large, living structures. Some artists have even created tree chairs, tree houses, and other functional structures by guiding the growth of trees over many years. Now you might be wondering, how does one shape a tree? One of the most common techniques is grafting. This involves fusing two plants together so that they grow as one. The artist might graft branches together to create a certain shape or to fill in a gap in the tree's form. Another technique is called framing. This involves building a framework around the tree and then gutting the tree's growth along this frame. Over time, the tree takes on the shape of the frame. This technique is often used to create large architectural forms. Pruning is another essential technique in tree shaping. By selectively removing branches, artists can guide the growth of the tree and create intricate designs. Pruning is a delicate process, as removing too much of the tree can harm it. Now let's talk about some of the artists who have made a name for themselves in this field. One of the most famous is Axel Erlandsson, a Swedish immigrant to the United States who started shaping trees in the 1920s. Erlandsson's creations, which he called circus trees, are whimsical and intricate, with branches that spiral, weave, and twist in ways that seem to defy nature. Another notable tree shaper is Richard Reams, who has been shaping trees since the 1980s. Reams uses a technique called arbor sculpture, which involves bending young trees and grafting their branches together to create living sculptures. His works include functional pieces like gazebos and benches, as well as purely artistic forms. And then there's Peter Cook and Becky Northey, a couple from Australia who have been shaping trees into furniture and artwork since the 1990s. They call their work puktre, and their creations include a living garden chair, a tree that grows in the shape of a person, and a mirror frame made from a living tree. These artists and many others show us that trees are more than just passive elements in our landscape. They can be shaped and molded, just like clay or marble, into works of art that live and grow. But tree shaping isn't just about creating beautiful forms. It's also about fostering a deeper connection with nature. As we shape a tree, we must understand its growth patterns, its needs, and its responses to our interventions. We must be patient, as a tree cannot be rushed, and we must be respectful, as a tree is a living being, not just a medium for our art. In conclusion, tree shaping is a unique art form that combines creativity, horticulture, and a deep respect for nature. It's a practice that challenges us to see trees in a new light, not just as static elements in our landscape, but as dynamic partners in our creative endeavors. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of artistically pruned trees. I hope it has inspired you to look at the trees in your own backyard a little differently. Perhaps you might even feel inspired to try your hand at tree shaping. Remember, it's not about the end result, but the journey of growth and understanding that you embark on with the tree. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep seeing the world with a sense of wonder.